Before getting started, I wanted to give a heads up that Tell Me Why touches on sensitive subject matter of both a trans and family violence nature. If concerned, mosey over to the official website, where an extensive frequently asked questions on the game's content is provided, as well as other helpful resources. Still here? Good to go, friends? Excellent. A real estate listing can only tell you so much. Every house has its stories after all, and this one is no exception. Though empty now, that wasn't always the case.
Alright, who wants ice cream?
Me!
People lived here. People loved here. And people died here. What went down? Well, I guess that depends on who you ask. And what they remember. Memory is fallible after all. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Delos Crossing Police Department.
It's my mom. She fell in the water and she's not coming up.
Delos Crossing, a tight-knit township somewhere in Alaska. Rugged as it is remote. Quiet as it is idyllic. One of those everyone buys their groceries at the same store, everyone knows their neighbours kind of deals, where gossip inevitably spreads like extra judgy wildfire. And Marianne Ronan, you best believe she was talked about for sure. In life and death.
Can you tell me what happened tonight?
I went to show her my haircut. She had a gun.
Take your time.
She freaked out.
It's okay.
No, it's not. It's not okay. My mom tried to kill me, so I stabbed her. I killed my mother.
"10 years have come and gone since the highly traumatic childhood-defining incident. But today, Allison is all nervous energy and excitement. She's preparing to see her sibling for the first time in a decade. So, what exactly became of her estranged twin? Good question, friend. You know how these stories usually go. A good kid gets caught up in a bad situation and is shipped off to juvie, derailing a promising life in the process. That's not the story here, thankfully. This one defies expectations. You see, Tyler has thrived. Using the time and space to do the work and get his shit together. He's had a glow up of a kind that'll resonate with many a person of the LGBT persuasion. One that comes after deciding to live life on your own terms and following through.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi. First time we see each other in 10 years, and it's hi, Tyler.
Oh, sorry,
It's fine, Allison. Hi's a good place to start.
God, it's good to see you.
He's confident, he's happy,
Likewise.
and he's living his hard-fought for truth as a trans man.
Anything else you need to get?
Nope, this is it. My last 10 years in a bag.
Then we should get going.
Yeah, pretty sure that's got to be a video game first, right? And worth talking about for sure. So, what brings the Ronin twins together after the longest time? They've got a house to sell. We're on a ferry, about to make a bittersweet homecoming. Why do I I have such a strong sense of deja vu?
Did you hear that?
Ah, I figured it out. And just like that, my friend, we're on another boat, in another time, in another place. Our mission, though, that's pretty similar. We've heard that old expression to the point of cliche that you can't go home again.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
True in the figurative sense, maybe, but not so in an actual geographical sense.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Video games have been doing it for years.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
What remains of Edith Finch brought our protagonist home to come to grips with a family curse? I definitely thought of this game while moseying through Tell Me Why.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
A cluttered house full of memories.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Tell Me Why and What Remains of Edith Finch are most definitely kindred spirits.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Though how they play and how they handle the subject matter is definitely different. The main point of difference here is that there's two protagonists. And they can compare notes.
Wow.
It's basically exactly like I remember it. Only faded.
Like a Polaroid left on a windowsill.
From the outside, it almost looks charming.
Charm's not the problem. Structural integrity may be an issue.
This place has got to be full of all kinds of bad memories. But maybe some good ones, too?
The Ronan family home is an untouched time capsule,
Of course. No lights, no power.
preserved in a very specific time and place. Tyler and Allison are here to pack up the house and get it ready to put on the market.
No, this feels like home. Best mom. You think we ever really believed that, or were we just trying to make her happy?
Either way, it wasn't true.
Reminiscing about the good and the bad,
There were so many times I looked in this mirror hoping somehow it'd show me something different.
deliberating on what to keep and what to throw away.
Maybe someone would be willing to refinish it.
You know how it is when you're preparing to move.
I tried to bury this dress in the backyard, but Marianne caught me.
It was a pretty dress.
Yeah, well, we both know pretty was never my thing.
Don't Nod cut their teeth on Life is Strange, a story about time travel.
Pink. It always had to be pink.
But Tell Us Why's time travel is of an entirely different nature.
You really want to go out there?
No, you're right.
This time it's about memory and reconciling the past with the present. The game instantly captures that bizarre feeling of going back to your old stomping grounds. It's made all the more bizarre when the twins' fantastical abilities begin to manifest. The whole twin psychic connection thing? Yeah, it's taken way more literally here than in reality.
Do you feel that?
For starters, when Allison and Tyler reminisce about something, the memory itself is projected onto the world.
Oh, we forgot the key. We need to put it back. Maybe we could hide it somewhere. You know, for fun. Goblins are supposed to help the princess, not play mean tricks.
Whatever, you're not fun.
I'm only trying not to make her even worse.
Whoa. Did that just happen?
You can imagine a house so rich with nostalgia is going to trigger this ability a lot, right? But it's not just here. The whole town of Delos Crossing is a walk down memory lane for the twins. You'll never know when you're about to stumble upon some long forgotten or repressed memory. It's an interesting mechanic for sure, that offers a compelling glimpse into another time and place.
I'm not your girl. I hate you.
You will always be my little girl. And no matter how hard you fight me, I'll fight twice as hard to keep you safe.
That's far from their only twin ability though. The two can chat amongst themselves telepathically.
Ouch!
Are you okay? What happened?
I just hit my head like an idiot. Wait. What? Where are you?
Ty, I'm outside. But I can hear you in my head.
Sometimes even while speaking to others.
Allie, can you hear me?
Ty, I can't do this when we're in the middle of talking to someone.
But this is pointless. He's hammered.
He's always hammered. And who knows? Maybe it'll make him chatty. Now come on. People think our family is weird enough.
Everything okay with you two?
Yes.
No.
Oh, alright.
Most definitely strange enough put into any onlookers not privy to the mental side of the conversation.
Got a better idea?
That pile of paperwork?
What about it?
I could tip it over?
Kinda messy, but I mean, sure.
It's a good opportunity to compare notes, decide their next move, that kind of stuff.
Jesus, Tyler, what happened?
Sorry, I wasn't looking where I was going.
Just leave that there.
Plus there's some definite puzzle-solving implications along the way. Homecoming means two very different things for the twins. Tyler wants closure, while Allison's more content to let the past stay there.
I probably should have put myself out there more, but it was better to be around in case the residents needed me.
So you were free to come and go as you pleased?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
Oh, nothing. Just being an overly invested sister. Curious how you spent your time.
Initially there's lots of overly polite pleasantries in place of things clearly left unsaid. They're very much walking on eggshells around each other. Soon enough the sibling dynamic of old begins to reassert itself, and that's when things get good.
Why are you still dragging your feet?
It's just with the way you avoided this place for the last 3 years, I thought you wouldn't want to spend any extra time here.
Oh. So that's what this is about.
Maybe a little. Yeah. It's just... You graduated 3 years ago. And this is the first time we've seen each other in person.
It's not that I didn't want to see you. I just wasn't ready to be Tyler in Delos Crossing.
I tried to visit you. I tried to go to your fireweed graduation. I wanted to bake you a crappy boxed cake and take awkwardly posed photos.
I know.
But you shut me out. All I got was non-responses and half-assed evasions.
Look, I didn't want to see anyone. I just started testosterone. And, oh god, I had the worst acne. My emotions were all over the place, and the smells... Allison, the smells... Men smell bad.
I know. I've dated a few.
Look, I needed some time to figure my shit out before I asked anyone else to try. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
I found the slice of life nature of Tell Me Why's early hours surprisingly compelling. But there is a thread of mystery here. That's been waiting all these years to start unraveling. And it all comes down to Marianne and the events leading up to her death. Seems her story might just be more complicated than what her children assumed. The problem is so much of Tyler's identity is inextricably linked with the events of his childhood.
Tyler. Tyler.
What?
Look.
Essentially, the story Tyler internalizes is that Marianne did it because he was trans. Tyler is thrown when Allison finds a book about raising trans children amongst their mother's things.
What? Where did you find that?
It was on her desk with her papers.
Seriously? Are you fucking kidding me?
Look, we gotta be really careful not to overthink this.
But it doesn't make any sense. She was mad, right?
Wait! Stop!
She was mad I cut my hair. She attacked me because I cut my hair.
She was mad and she attacked you. We both saw it.
Then what is this shit?
I don't know. Tyler, come here.
She can't do this to me. Not now. When I've finally made sense of a few things.
Marianne is killed in an act of self-defense after threatening Tyler with a shotgun.
Well, that was your first mistake. Thinking the world made any kind of sense.
But what if there's more to the story? What if things aren't what they initially seemed?
10 years in the grave, and she's still finding new ways to piss us off.
Yeah.
If she was learning, if she was supportive, then why exactly would she have reacted so violently?
I think I need some air.
Tyler makes it his mission to find out. Allison's a little more reluctant about digging up the past. Unlike the Life is Strange games, Tell Me Why alternates your perspective often, putting you in the shoes of both Allison and Tyler. It's an excellent way to contrast their experiences with one another. There's shared history to a point, but their paths have splintered along the way. Just how different their lives have become is apparent when moseying the streets of Delos Crossing.
Why don't we talk to a few people who knew her? See if that book makes any sense to them.
People don't want to talk about Marianne. They pretend like that night never happened.
Allison, you know this better than anybody. But your mother's death left a scar on this community.
In an effort to solve the mystery, the twins seek out the rare few Marianne considered friends.
She and Tessa were best friends. Until suddenly they weren't. Wonder what happened.
Oh, hi, Tessa. We were just meaning to come talk to you.
We want to ask you some questions about her.
This is when Tell Me Why begins to paint a more nuanced picture of the woman.
You're the only person who might have known Marianne better than us. We found something in Marianne's room. Things aren't really adding up anymore, and we've got questions.
Oh yeah?
A young mother without much of a support network.
Did anyone mention anything about her behavior in the days leading up to that day?
Your mother was intensely private. She didn't need anyone else, and she made that clear.
But this was about Tyler. She was always willing to ask for help when it came to us.
Not at the end. Look, I have a lot on my plate today. I'm sorry. My advice to you would be to try to move on.
It's not that easy.
Private, secretive, with deteriorating mental health, and a past she's very clearly running from.
Thanks, Uncle Eddie.
If you want my advice, nothing good comes from stirring up old memories.
We don't really have a choice about that.
There's always a choice, son.
And just about everyone is shocked that her story ended the way it did.
Well, I heard what happened that night. Well, I figured people were bullshitting me.
Everyone I talked to said it took them by surprise.
What happened that night? You can't understand something like that, but it was God's plan.
It really surprised you, didn't it?
Much as anything ever has.
Early in the game, the twins find a homemade book from their childhood.
Look what I found.
What?
Only our greatest creation, the Book of Goblins.
Seriously? It was in that chest the whole time?
Essentially a collection of short stories hinting at Marianne's past in the form of delightful fairy tales. As we meet the locals of Delos Crossing, we start to recognize the townsfolk in the book's characters. Can these folks be taken at face value? Maybe. But what about the twins? They've got secrets too.
I can't do this. Calm down, Allison. Stick to the plan. Come on, don't freak out on me now. I can't, please, I can't lie. We already lied. It's all gonna be fine, okay?
But man, you've got to feel for Tyler though. Everyone knows his story. Both his involvement in Marianne's death, as well as his transition.
Hey, sorry that took so long. Sometimes these old folks want us to come out just because they're lonely.
No worries, Uncle. Hey, do you remember this guy?
Yeah, of course. How can I forget? Tyler Ronan, back in Delos Crossing.
It's good to be back.
And just look at you. A man grown.
Damn, you look like a real man.
So do you, Sam.
You know what I mean. I just didn't know they could make a woman look so much like a man.
Sometimes the comments can be outright ignorant. Other times seemingly innocuous.
Not a woman who looks like a man, Sam. A man. A real man, just like you.
Until you start hearing the same weirdness over and over again.
Well, hello, Miss Ronan. Did you forget something in the office?
No, just doing some shopping. You remember my brother, Tyler?
Your brother? Oh, right, Tyler. What a pleasant surprise.
Didn't Allison tell you I'd be by today?
Yes, I think she did. I just didn't expect to see such a dapper young man.
Long time no see.
Oh my God, you look like a completely different person.
It's me. Plus beard.
Yes.
Tyler's thick-skinned. He can handle it.
Guess I'm the asshole again. You gotta excuse us old guys.
I really don't.
Come on. You kids keep changing the rules. You can't expect us to keep up.
Just respect the people are who they say they are. It's not hard.
No, it ain't hard, but it just takes some getting used to.
We'll get used to it, because we aren't going anywhere.
But it's compelling insight into the trans experience. There's an unshakable feeling that he's an outsider here. Allison, though, her experiences couldn't be more different. She walks these streets with confidence and familiarity. This is home, and she's accepted here. For her, Delos Crossing ain't just the backdrop of childhood. It's her present-day life too. A life that Allison makes a concerted effort to integrate Tyler into. Sometimes successfully, other times, not so much.
Tyler, meet Michael. This is the annoying coworker I was telling you about.
I was there for your introduction of marshmallow vodka and wine coolers, and I've only worked my way up to annoying coworker. Rude.
Don't worry, she told me exactly how miserable she'd be in this town without you.
It's so good to finally meet you. The Tyler talk goes on 24/7, so I feel like I already know you.
I'm guessing from the identical features that this is Tyler?
Tyler, Denise, Denise, Tyler.
It's interesting to see Tyler form different dynamics with the people Allison knows.
So I wasn't blowing smoke when I said you should move to Juneau with us.
He hits it off with some.
Gotcha.
He has issues with others. Particularly Allison's surrogate father figure Eddie, who just so happens to be the police officer who sent him to Fireweed after his mother's death. Awkward.
Group hug?
No.
Absolutely not. I get it. You're always gonna side with him over me.
Come on, that's not fair.
Then why do you keep doing it?
This town, these people, they're just memories to you. But it's my home, Tyler. My friends, my family. And as much as I want answers, I'd rather not lay waste to my entire life to get them.
Allison often finds her loyalties tested. Trust the man who stepped up to raise her, or the long-lost brother fresh out of juvie who she's only starting to reacquaint herself with. It's not always smooth sailing for the Ronan twins, friends.
Tyler and I had a fight last night. I was so excited to have him back, but what if 10 years was too much, and we're too different? How did we go from being so alike to total opposites?
a funny thing starts to happen as Tell Me Why progresses. The Ronin twins begin to remember two distinct interpretations of the same events.
Hey guys, you all done yet?
Yeah, Mom. Can we go outside while you and Tessa play cards?
I'm afraid there's no time for games today, sweetie.
I'd completely forgotten about that.
I remember it, but not exactly like that. Here, let's see if we can call up my version, okay?
Mom? Can we go outside while you and Tessa play cards?
No, there's no time for games today.
Often we're tasked with deciding where the truth actually lies, with Tyler, Allison, or somewhere in between. As I said earlier, memory is fallible. While Tyler and Allison both want out of this town, understandably, Delos Crossing's actually not a bad place at all. Snow-capped mountains, majestic forests, and a genuine sense of community and indigenous culture. The place has a lot of character and very much feels like no other video game locale.
Whoa! There's no place like home.
Yeah.
We've been to New York. We've been to Rome. When do you ever get to go to small town Alaska? There's added incentive to explore too, with a variety of statues to collect scattered amongst the environments. They're not just for show either, with touches of lore helping to flesh out the world. The Ronin twins, once inseparable, but is their bond strong enough to survive the revelations of Tell Me Why? Well, that's up to you really. Your choices in how you navigate the relationship will have ripple effects aplenty. A compelling mystery, interesting characters, and a beautiful world. Tell Me Why is absolutely worth experiencing. Okay, that's it. I'm Dan Clarke, this is MoseyThrough, thanks for watching. And don't forget to mosey through to the like and subscribe buttons.